90% of global trade travels by sea, carried across the oceans on colossal, fully loaded container ships that function as floating economic engines. But out in the open ocean, those massive mechanical engines can fail. In an instant, a vessel carrying hundreds of millions of dollars in goods goes completely dead in the water, left to drift helplessly. Hauling that behemoth back to civilization requires dispatching specialized deep-sea tugboats. It is an immense logistical undertaking that generates a massive rescue bill. This creates an immediate financial conflict. Does the shipowner have to pay that massive towage invoice alone, or are the companies whose cargo is sitting on the deck legally forced to split the cost? The answer relies on a centuries-old principle of maritime law known as general average. It is a legal mechanism designed to distribute the financial pain of an emergency ocean rescue among every party involved in the voyage. However, a mechanical failure does not automatically trigger this shared liability. To force cargo owners to pay a share, the disabled ship must pass a strict legal test based entirely on the exact level of danger it faced. To calculate this liability, we examine the York-Antwerp rules. Under Rule A, cargo owners share the bill if the rescue meets 4 conditions. Towage must be intentional, extraordinary, reasonably incurred, and for the common safety of ship and cargo together. To see this in practice, consider 2 identical mechanical failures. Ship A loses its engine on a clear, sunny day in calm waters. The vessel is entirely disabled, but the weather is fine and the ship is physically secure. Because Ship A is merely facing a logistical delay rather than actual imminent danger, the cost of calling a tugboat is legally classified as a particular charge. In this scenario, the ship owner absorbs the entire bill, and cargo owners pay absolutely nothing. Now look at Ship B. It suffers the exact same engine failure, but it breaks down in turbulent waters, with aggressive ocean currents actively pushing the drifting vessel toward a jagged coastal reef. This second scenario strictly meets the criteria for general average. The ship, the freight, and the cargo are all facing actual physical destruction. The fundamental legal threshold separating an individual expense from a shared financial liability always comes down to that single fact: the presence of actual shared peril rather than mere inconvenience. Once tugboats secure a line to the imperiled Ship B, their immediate directive is to haul the vessel to the nearest safe harbor, which maritime law calls a port of refuge. Under York-Antwerp Rule XA, the specific extraordinary costs incurred to enter this harbor for common safety are legally allowed as shared general average. If the ship is successfully repaired and it eventually departs that refuge port still carrying its entire original cargo, those outgoing departure fees are also split among all parties. Often, the closest safe coastline lacks the specialized heavy machinery to fix a massive commercial engine. When that happens, the law allows charting a course to a better-equipped destination. This secondary move, including temporary repairs and towage, is fully classified as general average. Rule XA ensures that as long as the initial breakdown triggered a true emergency, the entire logistical chain required to reach safety and facilitate repairs remains financially protected. Ultimately, the disabled vessel reaches its final destination, safely moored to the docks with its hull completely intact. Inside those steel walls, millions of dollars worth of electronics, textiles, and machinery arrive perfectly preserved because of the successful towage. This successful delivery relies on the specific psychological reasoning woven into maritime law. If ship captains knew their employers would be forced to shoulder a massive rescue bill entirely on their own, human nature would take over. They might delay the call for help, downplay the danger, or try to bargain hunt for cheaper tugboats while precious hours slip away. By legally guaranteeing that the financial burden will be distributed among everyone involved during a legitimate emergency, the law removes that hesitation. It empowers captains to act instantly and aggressively to secure the safest, fastest rescue possible. Seeing a massive freighter under tow into a safe harbor is a physical manifestation of this centuries-old legal framework. It represents the exact boundary where an everyday operational inconvenience ends and a unified fight for survival begins.